Hello, this is J.J. Berrier from Royal Lane Baptist Church, and I'm here at Cornerstone to talk to Pastor Chris Simmons, who's going to tell us a little bit about his church and the missions they have down here in South Dallas.
Well, first of all, thank you so much, Brother Berrier, for coming and being with us here at Cornerstone. We have a long history with the wonderful people from Royal Lane Church who have worked with us in this vineyard. This is my 32nd year, and we are committed to sharing God's love with the least of these in the South Dallas Fair Park community. And so we do a number of ministries. We realize that many are homeless in the neighborhood, so we provide outreach to the homeless through our Cornerstone Kitchen, where we do about 13,000 meals a month. We have the Cornerstone Clothing Closet and showers where individuals can come and take a shower as well as receive a clean change of clothes. We provide a medical clinic, and some members of Royal Lane have worked with us. Some of the nurses have worked with us in that particular initiative to help us to provide medical care to those who are in need. We provide medical vision and a dental clinic as well to those who are in need, particularly, again, our homeless community. We've put in a laundromat. We realized that many people did not have a place to wash their clothes, and so put in a laundromat as another way of expressing God's love. And then we do a number of other ministries for other groups. We have a pre-K 3 through second grade school on campus. We do an at-risk high school for those who might have dropped out of high school and need a second chance. We are engaged in also Viola's House, which is a program to assist teenage pregnant girls in the neighborhood to give them an opportunity to have their baby in a safe environment. A bike shop where individuals can learn how to work on their bikes or earn a bike. We provide Trinity Restoration Ministries, which is an avenue to help men who are the formerly incarcerated have a way of reintegrating back into society. So a number of ministries that we are engaged in here in South Dallas. And again, the members of Royal Lane Baptist Church have helped us many years to do what we do, to be able to share God's love to the least, the last, the lost, and the lonely.
Well, I think that's amazing, and I can't believe how many things that you were showing me when we took a tour in your car. One thing you did fail to bring up was the garden project that I am down here hoping to be involved in. So I know that I have a lot of church members that will not maybe be able to come down here and participate, and they can always go on to cornerstonechurch.org if they want to get involved in adding some small funds to many of these projects you just mentioned.
Yeah. And so, if they go to www.cornerstonedallas.org, that will take them to the website. Funny story, how the garden got started. We do an after-school program for about 125 kids in the summertime. And we were just doing a survey and asked the kids what was their favorite fruit and vegetables. And overwhelmingly, it was macaroni and cheese. And so we felt like, you know what, we needed to teach kids in this neighborhood how to grow their own food and where food comes from. And what we began to realize is there are a lot of health disparities in this particular neighborhood because of lack of access to fresh fruits and vegetables. And so I think that people engaging and growing their own fruit and vegetables will be an inspiration to them to begin partaking in those things.
Well, that's amazing. I know that we're planning on moving because you're closing down one area for a parking lot to a new area in your deposit in your lots, and that's why we're moving the individual garden boxes, 83 I think there are, to the new lot.
Yes. And so the State Fair of Texas, probably about 4 years ago, gave us a number of boxes to grow healthy food. They were really moving them in order to make room for the fair. And so 4 years later, we still have those on campus. And they've been a blessing to help us to feed the homeless through the Cornerstone Kitchen, as well as address hunger needs in this particular neighborhood.
So what you grow, you don't throw away, you sell or use in your kitchen.
Yes.
To feed the neighborhood, and gosh, what a wonderful thing, because if you don't eat the right stuff, your health really goes down the drain pretty quick.
And in this neighborhood, it is very, very obvious. The number of individuals who are dealing with diabetes, heart issues, those things are directly, a lot of times, related to diet. And so we're in a neighborhood where they have a lot of convenience stores that don't sell fresh fruits and vegetables. And so it's our effort really to address that particular need.
Well, it sounds like a lot of work for you. How many people do you have helping you?
So we have 3 full-time staff, including myself, and that's church and everything. And so we rely on volunteers. We are heavily volunteer-based. We could not do what we do if it wasn't for the faithful volunteers who give of their time. And it really ranges. Some people may come down once a week. Some people may come down once a year. But it doesn't matter how many days you come. We can maximize that time and really help us to further the mission here at Cornerstone. A couple of years, even Royal Lane have come and stayed a week with us on campus to help us to further the mission of sharing God's love in this community.
Well, we have a lot of good giving people at our church, but a lot of people that can't get out of the house and come down here. So can they maybe go online and put a small amount of money towards some of the projects that you're talking about?
Yes, they can go to cornerstonedallas.org, www.cornerstonedallas.org, and the give button or donate button is on the page, and they can just hit donate. But in our COVID environment, we found ways in which individuals can help us to do ministry in the community. So, for example, toilet paper, something as simple as toilet paper. Providing 6 feet of toilet paper in a Ziploc bag that we give out to our homeless when we feed a meal. Providing cutlery packets of wrapping a fork, knife, spoon, a peppermint, and a word of encouragement and putting it in a Ziploc bag. One way that we have been able to accomplish so much in this neighborhood is through the prayers of God's people. And so we would really encourage the people from Royal Lane to pray for us in this work. We are in a community that desperately needs to know about God's love. And we believe that initiatives and efforts that leave God out really will not accomplish what needs to be accomplished and bring light and hope into this neighborhood. And so we would ask that members of Royal Lane would pray with us and pray that God would manifest himself so that we would be a light in the midst of darkness.
Well, talking about praying, I know we're all praying for COVID-19 to go away.
Yes.
And I know that our church has been, most of last year, did our Zoom meetings for church services, Wednesday night services, and many prayer meetings. So I believe your church is kind of doing that as well.
Yes. We continue to do virtual classes, and part of that is because there's a direct relationship between being in poverty and high COVID positivity rates. That's a lot of times because many people that we serve cannot work from home. They ride public buses. They work with individuals who are paid by the hour. And so if those individuals don't show up at work, they don't get paid. And so there are a number of reasons why we cannot come back into in-person services. Unfortunately, we've done a number of funerals of individuals who've been impacted by COVID. And so it's been a very difficult time for this particular neighborhood.
Well, one nice thing about the COVID-19 right now that we're dealing with is that the garden project is going to be done outside.
Outside, yes.
So you can wear a mask and be a part of that, and we'll certainly be 6 feet away from everybody while we're doing that.
Yes.
So we'll send that information to our Royal Lane members and let them know how they can be a part of that coming up the first quarter of this year.
Yes, and so, as you engage in the gardening project, we really want people to know that it's more than just planting fruits and vegetables. It is really helping individuals to have a more sustainable lifestyle of eating those things that really promote longevity of life and quality of life. We work with a lot of individuals because of diabetes have had limbs cut off. Individuals who've had strokes, and so they don't have full mobility. And so what we want people to do is not only just be in the community, we want them to have a good quality of life, and we believe that begins by teaching individuals how to eat healthy.
Well, hopefully by the end of this year, the last quarter of this year, you'll have some of those restaurants opened up.
Yes.
Where we can come down and enjoy a good Southern cooked meal.
Yes.
In South Dallas, and also give money back to those folks that are involved in that.
Yeah, and so we're really excited about 2 initiatives that we're working on, the Cloud Kitchen and the Ghost Restaurant. The Cloud Kitchen will provide a couple of kitchen spaces for entrepreneurs in the neighborhood who want to expand their business model but need a commercial kitchen to do that in. And then the Ghost Kitchen will be a place where individuals who have a desire to go into restaurant businesses can share restaurant space with others in the neighborhood to expand their business model. And so we believe that will be an opportunity of not only helping entrepreneurs in the neighborhood, but also moving them towards self-sufficiency, so they're not depending on subsidies by our government.
Pastor Chris, thank you so much for all this information. I've learned so much today that I feel like I need to do more. So I will see you guys down here to move that garden, and I look forward to being part of that process.
Well, we look forward to it as well, and we look forward to putting it on that corner where it will be a light in this neighborhood. And so we hope that individuals will drive by and ask the question, what's really going on? And are told that they're putting in a garden in the neighborhood so that people will have access to fresh fruits and vegetables.
Thank you so much, Pastor.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
You have a good day and a good weekend.
You do the same. Thank you.